The correct position when riding a horse, we want to have a nice straight tall back. When we're looking forward, we want our ear, shoulder, hip and our heel to be in a straight perpendicular line to the ground. The reason for that is our balance point. If I lean too far forward, it'll be like me trying to walk or run, leaning right forward. I'm going to be constantly off balance and not be at my best. If I'm leaning too far back, again, that's going to be putting myself off balance. I'm not going to be at my best. The other thing that can occur when we lean too far back is we place too much pressure on our horse's back, which can eventually lead to hurting them. And that's something we do not want to do. We want to get nice and comfortable, sitting out nice and tall, aiming to get our perpendicular line. Next thing that we want to do is make sure that we have our heels down. The other way I like to describe it is toes up. It purely depends on what works for your brain. Quite often, if I say heels down, people go like that and push their heels down, but now their legs way out in front, I've lost my perpendicular line. But if I've got a rider, they're going around with their heels up, and I say toes up, they tend to just pull their toes up and their leg just naturally falls into place without pushing their leg forward. So whatever works for you, it doesn't matter as long as we achieve that goal of keeping our heels down. The reasoning behind heels down is it's the closest thing you're ever going to get to a seatbelt on a horse. If my heels are up, all my weight's going to tip forward. I'm going to Superman over the horse. Unfortunately, I don't have superhuman powers and I'm not going to fly. I'm going to hit the ground. As the old saying goes, it's not the falling off that hurts, it's the landing. So we want to avoid that as best as we can. And heels down is one of the things that's going to keep you fairly secure in the saddle. This is a visual demonstration of why heels down helps pull us back into the saddle without being on a horse. I want to get into my position. Now I've got my toes up. Okay, my weight's down in my heels. I can lift my toes up off the ground. And I'm nice and balanced. Now, I'm not going to change anything else. All I'm simply going to do is lift my heels up. The same thing's going to happen to your balance on the horse. Even though you are sitting, you're not going to feel it. But your weight's going to be tipped forward. So if the horse does something as simple as just stumbles and you've got your weight on your heels, but you're sitting, but you get the tiniest little bit of momentum push you forward, straight over the front. It is vital that we work really hard to keep those heels down or toes up. As I said, whatever works best for you. The other thing that can help you when you're first learning to ride is to keep your knees in contact with the saddle. In the beginning stages, you're not going to have all the muscles required to keep you in the correct position and keep you balanced. If your knees are off, you've got your toes out, you're basically just balancing on the horse's back from side to side as they walk. As you develop your riding through your riding journey, all the muscles in your legs will eventually grow, get stronger, and you'll be able to find your balance without having to use your knees. In the beginning though, keep those knees on the saddle, and that's just going to help give you a little bit of stability so you're not feeling like you're rocking back and forth too much. Keeping our toes forward, that allows our leg to stay in the right position. As soon as we move our toes out, we start to put too much pressure down into our heels, and then we start to use our calf muscle to grip on. because it's taking all of our thigh muscles off, and we don't want that. Toes forward, knees touching the saddle, holding our position.